Adam Taxon here with Lenore Friedman, who is a retired social worker in Philadelphia. She's Jewish, like I am, and she was on a few days ago. Oh, she's also an expecting great-grandmother, and I did a segment with her a few days ago, and it went over pretty well on YouTube, and she apparently has a lot of fans already who wanted to hear another segment with her. And we talked a few days ago about Paul Ryan, who she likes a lot and didn't know too well till a few days ago, but he was very well received by her. Today we're going to talk about another individual that she's had a chance to get to know via YouTube clips, and we'll see what her reaction is. The person we're talking about is Sarah Silverman. Lenore, welcome.
Well, hi.
So,
excuse my voice.
No problem. No problem. So, what did you think? You watched the two clips of Sarah Silverman. There was one from 4 years ago called The Great Schlep, which she was telling people to go and visit their grandparents in Florida, and their Jewish grandparents in Florida, and tell them to vote for Obama. And today you watched his more recent one, which was an indecent proposal to Sheldon Adelson. And I wanted to get your reaction, the way you reacted to Paul Ryan. I wanted to see what you thought of Sarah Silverman.
Well, to be honest, I had never really watched her before. I did it, after you told me to go on YouTube, and I watched the first clip. She had a black man on one side of her and a woman, a stereotypic woman with blue eyeshadow, real thick,
this is the great
with a blown out hair, making that, in other words, I thought it was demeaning. The whole clip was demeaning to herself as a Jewish woman and to her family. I'm sure she had a grandmother, her mother, any other, and the Jewish women in Florida.
Kind of mocking black people too, I thought.
I found it demeaning, and I felt it was really awful that she would do this to make money.
Right. Well, I think she really believes in Obama or something. I mean, she did it because she's definitely a Democrat. She might have done it not for money. She has plenty of money. She's been successful.
Well, that's how she got her money, I think, by demeaning people.
You think so? Some have called Woody Allen a Jewish Stephen Fetchit. Stephen Fetchit was the old...
I love Woody Allen. I love Woody Allen.
That's another
story. He's brilliant.
Well, that's another. He may be, but we're talking like there is the old black actor Stephen Fetchit who would demean himself because it would please white audiences. And some say Sarah Silverman does this vulgar Jewish woman routine because it makes people who don't really like Jews that much in the first place see, look how vulgar that jappy woman is.
I don't know too many Jewish women that look like that woman. Can I tell you that? I just don't know them. And as I said, my mother lived in Florida. She didn't look like that.
Oh, the older one.
Yes,
video.
And the first one. The second, I just think she's like a lot of other very liberal comedians that mock people, and I feel she does it for the money. I really do.
Well,
I think she's a liberal. There's no two ways about it. But first of all, I would never watch her again, and I would never watch her, except for the fact that you asked me to. I think that she's a disgrace as a Jewish woman, and I think she also, I can't believe too many people would actually take her seriously.
Well, she is a comedian.
But I don't even, do you really think that people would look at Jewish women the way she portrays them and believe that that's what they're like?
No.
Older Jewish women?
Well, you are an older Jewish woman, so...
I know, but...
Did you find it was insulting to you? No, you don't live in Florida. You don't like Florida.
As I said to you the other day, I don't take that to heart.
Right.
I wasn't insulted because it's a lie.
Right.
And I know why she does it. I mean, it's another liberal lie, and she does it to get laughs, and she tends to stir people up against Jewish people. She doesn't realize that I think she's anti-Semitic. If you really want to know what I think of her.
Playing the role. At least Woody Allen was being himself. He is kind of a nebbish. That's himself.
Except he's brilliant.
Yeah, he is brilliant.
I don't think she's very bright.
Right. Now, she's kind of cute, but she's now 41 years old, and she's trying to be a sex symbol. Nothing against older Jewish women. She's a nice-looking woman, but she's 41. In that video, she was 37, but she's dressing like she's 16, as if we don't notice. It's like that movie Sunset Boulevard. It's like, at a certain age, women have to realize they're not what they were when they were 20 years old.
That's true. and I didn't find her very attractive. I mean, I didn't think that, I can't understand why anybody would look at her as anything but a comedian.
A fool.
A fool, you're right, but also somebody that was trying to make money, because why would she insult Jewish women, her family, and herself, and make a fool out of herself like I think she makes a fool out of herself?
Now, your grandmother, your granddaughter just got married a few months ago to a good guy, and she's in her 20s, and she's expecting her first child now. If you were her grandmother and you saw she's kind of loud and vulgar, and she's now 41, never been married, never had a child, what advice would you give her in terms of life advice?
I'd tell her to find another job. I would tell her to stop it. I would tell her that she's embarrassing me as well as herself. She probably wouldn't listen.
Right.
Because I don't think she's very bright. To put it mildly, I think she's pretty stupid.
Now, is that typical of a lot of Obama voters?
You mean, is she typical?
Yeah, obviously she's...
Oh, yes. I find a lot of them like her. I mean, I've seen people like her before, and I don't think they're very bright.
Well, you live with a lot of...
Yes, and I don't think... If they knew what they looked like to other people, I can't believe that they would continue to do this.
Interesting. Now, let me ask you also, there was another video, her indecent proposal, in which she portrays herself as a sex symbol, even though she's 41 years old, and even though she's never been married, doesn't have a man, and Sheldon Adelson is happily married to a pretty woman, pretty Jewish woman, in fact. Do you have any response to that video? It was pretty vulgar.
The language was vulgar, she was vulgar, and frankly, I couldn't watch it to the end.
You didn't even watch it to the end?
I watched part of it, but I didn't need to watch it to the end. I found it disgusting.
So, any final thoughts on Sarah Silverman?
I wish they were fine. Yes, my final thoughts are, I hope she never makes another video again.
Now, as a Jewish woman, any other advice in case she should happen to see this video? Anything you would tell her besides don't vote for Obama?
I'd tell her quit. Find another job. She might be talented in another area. I don't know what it could be, but I would tell her.
Find another
I don't know
job.
if I would tell her.
Would you tell her to find a man or get married before it's too late and have children?
Well, that would be my advice to anybody.
Right, including me, probably.
Yes, I would like to see that happen for you,
I'm
too.
a little younger than she is.
Yes,
all right.
you are.
I've been talking to Lenore Friedman, a former social worker who is Jewish in Philadelphia, who is definitely a stereotype defier, and an outspoken Republican. Thank you for your time today.
You're welcome.